Hey everybody, welcome back to my Let's Play of Pokemon+Nobunaga's Ambition. Last time we defeated the Bug Nation. This time we're gonna try and take on the Psychic Nation, ruled over by Kenshin, the Gallade warrior. He's certainly going to put up quite a fight. I can already tell by the look in his eyes. This is gonna be epic. How dare you come to my fortress? Look, he's even given us a middle finger. Or it looks like a middle finger. I've got cards, and they say your doom. Oh, I didn't know you read tarot cards. Wow, they must have been truly doomful tarot cards. They really drove us out of the kingdom. Ah, hey! You can't come take over my kingdom when I just challenged you to... What?! How dare you question my national rule. Oh, you're going down, bitch. 911 power level. You're gonna get creamed just like that bug boy did. You're not gonna stop me from getting to your leader anytime soon. Oh, the gang's all here except for Kenshin. I suppose he wants a preliminary test of our power to see if we can even dent a little scratch in his hood there. Fine. We'll give him and his teammates, or really his teammates, the battle that they can't handle. You can't handle my style of strategical turn-based battles. I'm too good with it. I know my Pokemon well, and our bond helps us in battle. Oh, that's perfect. That's just perfect. Smack those balls. Whoopsh. Well, this is going to be an even longer episode than I had bargained for. If we have to defeat other people before we even go into their nation, I wonder if that's going to be a common thing. You know, I do know this for a fact. When you get into the post-game, it does become a lot more common if you're doing other Busho leaders' stories, pretty much. It will happen more often than not. But in the main game, I only think Kenshin really comes to take over your nation, unless of course you wait around for too long. That's always a possibility. That is one of the dangers, I guess I didn't say before, of training at every point. It might, just very well might, delay long enough and enable a other opposing nation to try and come take your stuff. But as long as you're not too paused about it and you're not delaying the inevitable, you should be fine. And the way it works is, obviously, the more influence you have in the region, the harder you are to take out, but that won't stop some of the tougher regions from, some of the tougher nations, I should say, from doing what they can. Well, there are balls all over this map. Of course Drillbur has to be underground, and I can't get around to hit Curlia. So I'm gonna go for Abra. Baloo! Oh, it's such a great attack. This is a fun field for that. Just because of the randomness of where the ball drops. And usually, if you're fast to act on it, it can drop favorably. Of course, now Carnivine is in the way. Ah, what do your tarot cards say now, punk, huh? Yeah, that's right. They say get out of my way, ice bitch. They don't tell me my defeat, they show yours. I think you were reading those wrong. Silly psychics. Just get this out of my way. far as I'm concerned, it's useless now that those other two are gone. Let's see if we could try and evade Drillbur's dig. I don't know how dig works in this game. I'm not sure if you have to be still remaining in front of the character. Oh, shit! No, you don't. Wow, what massive damage. 112 or more. 112 at least. So, dig is very powerful. If you are hit wrong, if you're hit by the wrong move at the wrong time, anything can be theoretically powerful. Even pursuit can be pretty powerful if you have dark power-ups and you're using it on a psychic type or a ghost. I love that ability Eevee randomly gets, and I don't know why he gets it, but he does, of being able to move an extra tile space. Alright, so now it doesn't really matter if we move far away from Drillbur. We just need to take him out! I will finish him in the burning inferno! And this Seawaddle should be no trouble at all. Kind of an interesting ragtag bunch of psychic types, if you ask me, and more or less non-psychic types. Abra's really full of shit. I mean, you might as well not even have it on your team. You might as well say, Warrior, go to our training ground and don't come back until you bring a Kadabra back out. Because Abras just teleport. They're absolutely useless. It's kind of like getting Magikarp in this game. It's going to be a big-ass pain to level it up just like it was in the main RPG series. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Because it can't fight on its own. And instead of having experience share, what you have to do is just have it along in your traveling gang of warriors, which is a bummer because that takes up a slot for someone who could actually kick ass. Oh wow, did I think Seawaddle was on their team? I did for a moment. Derpfish. I can't believe that. Lose track of my own Pokemon. Talk about the awesome bond my warriors have, and that's what keeps us strong. And I'm like, whose Seawaddle is that? Oh, that's mine? Yeah, right. Right. If you say so. Oh, don't get mad. Get evolved. Alright, nice bonuses for us. Beautiful. Okay, now we can take on the Psychic Nation. Tell your leader Kenshin I'm coming for him. Yeah, you better have some ... in what you're saying. Because you better be thinking about finding a place to put all your stuff when I kick you out of your land. Oh, look at that! That Seawaddle that I forgot whose it was. It's evolving! It's like, now let's see if you'll remember who I am. Okay, so it's no longer a Seawaddle. What is it now? Shit. It's one of those times where I don't know the Pokemon evolution. Huh? I'm evolving? Well, it's one thing for me to just forget plainly what Seawaddle evolves into. But I evolve too? Wow. Huh. Go figure. That's pretty crazy. So now do I get more nation-taking abilities? That's freaking awesome. Or maybe I just get more respect. I don't know. Very interesting. Alright, so let's take you on, Kenshin. Yeah, see, his team is like almost half useless, or at least 2 Pokemon non-psychic and then 1 psychic type that's useless is Abra. You've delayed long enough. Now it is time. I still give you the middle finger, DeoGenZ. I, Kenshin, am pissed that you came back to challenge me in my nation. Ooh, we getting some purple eyes on his Gallade. He's gonna try to kick some ass. That is his goal right now. Too bad it's a lost cause. 'Cause we're here, ho, 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 ho. Tooting our own horn. I don't think so. Boistering our own team. I like to call it supporting our Busho members. That's really what it is. Oh, Swadloon. Okay. Thank goodness for my handy Android-based Pokedex. Otherwise, I would have never known what that Pokemon, my Seawaddle, evolved into. A Swadloon. Swadloon! That's a funny-ass name. Swadloon. Swadloon. I bet it would have that voice, too. Swadloon. 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 Okay, I'll stop for those who have probably heard the anime and know what a Swadloon really sounds like. That was something that always tripped me up when I was little. I didn't know why the Pokemon made these weird 8-bit noises, kind of, on Crystal and Red and all the others I had. Didn't know why they made noises there, yet they spoke on the show. Like, they were intelligent to say their own names. They were smart enough to say that. The funny thing is, though, how are they intelligent enough to say that when it's humans that name Pokemon, right? Because the 5th gen, we discovered them, right? They weren't always here, or maybe they were, just in another region. But even so, there are other Pokemon that aren't around until we've discovered them, you know, until we found them and given them a name. Before, they were just some kind of organism that was out in the wild that we had no clue of. What did it say to itself then? What did the first Pikachu ever utter out of its mouth if nobody knew it was a Pikachu? It's kind of like a riddle of if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does it make a sound? Well, I'm not sure. If a Pokemon is around in some region and no one's around to name it, is it still a Pokemon? Maybe. Could just be a dragon. Doubtful, though. Freaking Curlia. Cornering me. Well, fine. You're not going to get on my flag. Swadloon! Swadloon. This is a tedious battle, I'll say that. This is not one of my more favorite stages to verse on, because it very heavily delays the fighting. It separates your team on all these different crystal platform islands. Ah, frickin' Drillbur. Oh wait, that's... I was thinking back to the Drillbur that they had. Or it is their Drillbur. What am I am so freaking out of combobulation, because I've had a Drillbur. You gotta understand. Maybe not yet, maybe not in this version, but when I played ahead, I had a Drillbur, and it already all the way evolved into Excadrill. So I see that thing, and I'm like, oh, go Drillbur, and then I'm like, wait, no, don't go Drillbur, that's killing me. Gets kind of confusing. You know what would be really cool if you had the option, this is not a complaint, but just a suggestion, to decorate what your Pokemon wore. Like, they had little headbands and stuff to rep your nation. Because for Pokemon that aren't even associated with that nation's type, like the Fire Nation, and it's a Bidoof, should have like a red or orange fire headband, don't you think? Ah, well. But in this battle, it will test your patience, and it also tests highly your strategy, not so much just your brute force power of your Pokemon, but How well can you react in, of course, as always, limited amount of turn spaces, which we see underneath our character up at the top there. How far can you get and defeat all the enemies? Because that's the big thing. Getting all the flags won't earn you the victory of this nation. You have to earn all the flags and make sure everyone's eliminated. So you can't leave anyone on floating barges or islands. A way to kind of circumvent the frustration of having to get your land-based enemies, or your land-based, your land-based allies over to where your enemies are guarding the flags. You can have a Pokemon like Carnivine that floats, or you can get a, well, no, actually you can't get a flying type. You might be able to find a Starly, actually. Now that I think about it, you might be able to find a Starly. We haven't found the Flying Nation yet. Hasn't been revealed to us. But they're coming up. But any Pokemon that has the ability to float will make things a lot simpler. Just make sure that they're fighting fit. You don't want to send the member of your team that can fly over to Pokemon for battle if it has a very weak attack itself and low HP to boot. It's just something you don't want to mess around with. Double slaps for the win. Haha. Doesn't take him out. You know, this may not be one of my favorite stages to verse on. It is a pretty cool concept, and it is a, must be a pretty penny on Kenshin's part, don't you think? Look at the size of these crystal platforms that we're fighting on. These don't just come from the corner store in your local town, no. These must be mined. Probably specifically in this nation only, because I haven't seen these stones anywhere else. These floating purple stones, they must be the Psychic stones! Only to be controlled by Psychic Pokemon. I want you to get back to trying to get to Gallade. Yeah, figures that the toughest guy to defeat, Kenshin, he sits on the home flag. Kind of a smart thing if you think about it, because if he wandered off into where we were, his Pokemon would have gotten ganged up on. Just like his Kirlia is right now with my Eevee. Good. And Jigglypuff. Just wanted to double check that I could catch Kirlia at a corner, because you can avoid sitting directly right on the flag by just blocking it out like that. And continue dealing damage. Kirlia is going to be kicked off this match, this floating crystal map island, quite soon. But now we must get our members quickly to the Gallade. Carnivine, yep. Yeah. Huh. Almost. I'll just sit and get presents. That works for me. I was almost there, but almost doesn't count in this game. Really doesn't count. You're almost block away. It's not gonna stretch. Ah! Damn that icy bitch. Her Cubchoo got the flag. Of course, right after Darumaka left, he would have easily been able to Nitro Charge had she been there one turn before. One turn sooner! Damn it! Take the frustrations out on the Kirlia and beat the crap out of it. What? What? Your cards read something else? I don't think so. I take your nation, that's what they say. Like before. I bet you'd be getting nervous at this point. I would too. Alright, that was kind of a stupid waste of a turn for Darumaka. I didn't want him to get hit by Gallade right away, though. That's a strong Psycho Cut. It's a funny name, too, for a move. Psycho Cut! You just think of a serial killer, psychotic maniac, coked up freak running at you with a knife. It's the Psycho Cutter! Here it comes! Psycho! Psycho! It just makes my Prinplup stronger. You may cut me and I may bleed, but as a penguin, I'm ornery. For Pete's sakes, I live in the cold where there's no resources. Everything's trying to eat you. So a psycho-cutting killer Gallade is not gonna throw me off my game. It would seem. I don't know. It's probably a part of its ability, I would think. Kind of like a water torrent when it gets to 1/3 of its health. It powers up the moves. Very possible. Eat flame! Ah, that's so unsatisfying. Ah, and he gets health. That's even worse. I was thinking we were gonna have this guy wrapped up. Oh, in no time! But even my Prinplup of the brutal north can't handle a Psycho Cut killer for too long. You gotta stay away, Darumaka. He's gonna kill you too, if you don't get back up soon. And see, look at the map. Look at the map above. We have control of the most part. There is just Cubchoo and Gallade left. And Cubchoo, I mean, that's going to be a freaking piece of cake, really. But now we have these stupid platforms that, if you stay on them, you gotta freaking go back to where you were. You see why this is an extra annoying map? It wouldn't bother me so much if those moving platforms, once they initially moved, didn't move again until you got off and got on again. But the way it works in this game is if you just sit a turn on those things, even if you've just been on it, it's gonna go back. And that really sucks, because while we have to wait out all this nonsense... finally, we're almost there. While we have to wait out all this nonsense, we're losing valuable turns. I want to make sure that Cubchoo can be reconciled quickly with. Darumaka has to come over and bring this to me. Such a fucking process. Oh no. No! Hey, that's bullshit. The portal spit me out there. If it was my choice, I would have fell right off to the side of you. Right up here. You know, where you can't reach. Mwahahaha! Okay, that's not nearly enough damage that I need to be doing to him, but it's a good start. That's the advantage of Vine Whip that I talked about early on in my Let's Play. Good, now Darumaka will be able to wipe out Cubchoo simply with one blow. Seawaddle, or not Seawaddle, so used to calling you that. Swadloon, I think you need to just chill there because there's no easy portal access for you. Swadloon is not thinking with portals. To the incinerator. Nerf! Freaking gaining more HP than losing it. That's another big trouble about this map. Even if you do get a few members over there, when you get to Kenshin, you really need to wage an all-out assault. It's really, in retrospect, kind of a good thing that I've got about exactly 10 turns left to take on Kenshin's Gallade. Because it's gallant, it's strong, and it has plenty of HP thanks to the freaking flag that it never moved from. Talk about some strategy. Every Pokemon that I own, every Busho warrior has been commanded to move around the map and do something for the sake of the nation takeover. Don't have to worry about Darumaka being teleported away. 'cause this one's coming right to your face, Cubchoo. Boom! 156 damage. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I haven't seen Hyper Beam in this game, but I want it to be 999 damage. I want it to be so uber powerful that it's jaw-droppingly frightening. Jaw. I messed it up anyway. Jaw-droppingly frightening. Oh great, we get to... That was weird. Alright, we get to randomly power up. That's cool. Why not? See if it does anything. No? Alright. That's a problem with this thing. I don't even know what it does. You know, I mean, I guess it's some power up of some sort, but I really don't know. I can only guess that it's good. Be kind of counterintuitive if they gave us items that hindered us. Here's an item that helps you lose health quicker, so it gives your enemies an advantage and takes you out faster. We call it a hard mode of sorts. Oh, well, gee, thanks. I wish you didn't put that in, because I can't fucking read that. That's okay. Don't have to complain for too much longer at all about the fact that I can't read this game, because Pokemon Conquest is coming! It's coming! I'm really overjoyed about this too. I don't think I've mentioned it too much here, just that it's coming out. But you do realize, guys, that this probably was a big part of the LP community. Actually, you know what? Maybe it wasn't. Alright, maybe I'm getting too high up on my horse about LPs, but you know, the fact that it came out so soon, it makes me think they were planning to do it all along. But, you know, I will give credit to LPs. I will. You know what? Because one of the most popular things on YouTube, Matt told me this when he went to Playlist Live. He was talking to people, and the consensus he gained is that YouTube's audience is split up into two types of people. Gamers, and those that are non-gamers who like to watch meme videos, who are basically teenage girls, like to watch Justin Bieber music videos, things of that nature. That's the rest of YouTube, for the most part. You know, it's a high generalization of what he was coming up with, but it's gamers and other people who like cats, you know, lol cats. So the big part of that gaming market is Pokemon. It's huge on YouTube. I mean, it's exploded unbelievably. That's probably why they made Black 2 and White 2, because of the gigantic response from the internet. Everyone saying that, wow, it's very much familiar like Red version was so new and awesome to us. Black and White was kind of like that, even though it was a very similar story. You know, but seeing this game, you know, almost immediately on launch date. I mean, I wasn't one of those people who had the game at launch. It took me a couple of days to get it. But when I did finally, and to see how many videos are up about this game, it's a pretty clear indication that there's a dedicated fan base that is always looking to buy new types of your game. Which, that is exactly what you want as a company. That's precisely the goal, is to just get that good, that it's an undeniably awesome product from all standpoints. And Pokemon's done that. So give yourselves a pat on the back for being true to who you are and watching this stuff, because if it wasn't for you viewers, and if it wasn't for people who are Pokemon gamers, investing their time in what they do and enjoying Pokemon so much that they will sit down to watch YouTube video about it, that's pretty huge. I'm one of those people, of course. You know, I don't just make them, I like to watch them too. We all do a great service to show our passion for our franchise here. 5 turns remain. Oh boy, we gotta step it up. I don't think Jigglypuff is going to come in anytime soon with the double slaps. So it's time for Darumaka's serious damage. Flaming Inferno Wheel of Doom! Ha! And you're burned now, bitch. Let's see you get health back from your flag now. Ha ha ha. this battle is over. That's a really beneficial thing to do and have, if you can, as a secondary possibility of status effect on one of your Busho members here. If you can burn your enemies or poison them, then it doesn't matter how long they wait on the flag, they're still going to be taking damage. And what I mean by they're still going to be taking damage is the damage you deal them is not going to be erased. Like, say we do 10, the flag heals 9 or maybe even 11. It's not going to be erased. It's going to keep it at a level playing field, so finally we can whittle him down to where he should have been long ago and send Kenshin's Gallade to the grave. Ah, yes, now we have these 4 turns to just go around and, if we wanted to, really, collect all the items. But I'm too eager for victory to do that. So the Psychic Nation crumbles, and Kenshin goes down. So now it's ours, and we can get ourselves some Psychic types if we would like. Which I think I might. No way! Kenshin is going to join our team? Oh, that's just the most freaking beast thing ever. DeoGenZ, even though I still hold up what looks to be a middle finger to you, I'm proud of your battle style. Oh, it's you from the neighboring nation. I wonder if he's making threats to us. No, there's no need for threats here. DeoGenZ is a good guy. A true Busho warrior. He's like, my cards were wrong after all. He's not a dick. So, not only do we gain Kenshin as an ally, but for some weird reason that I won't figure out until the English version comes out in June, the ground guy, who has the Rhyperior, also will become our allies. So I guess it's a defeat one and the other nation, psychic or ground, will become your ally, which that's pretty convenient. 2 nations in 1. Let's just put these guys that don't fit on our team off and away in our nations. And here he has to say, well, I believe in your strength, and if you can vouch for this trainer, obviously, since you're so awesome and joined his team, I'm going to join you too. And so we had a big fun picnic that was delicious, and no unnecessary fighting was needed. Everybody saved their strength and knew that the true test of power would come when Nobunaga appeared. Bum, bum, bum. How dare you show your face? How dare you take half of the Ronsei region? Ah, alright, touche. Well, we're coming for you, Nobunaga, so have that nice smile with the perfectly combed mustachio here. Yeah, have that perked up for now, while you await us to come crush you. Oh, Oichi, there's nothing you need to worry about. We gained 2 very powerful allies today. Kenshin and the other guy who I need to look up his name, but the ground nation leader. Those are 2 awesome members to have. And in the next episode, we'll continue nation hopping.